Midnight Texas, Season 2, Episode 1. Okay, I actually really look forward to the return of this episode of this show because I find it quirky and fun and full of cheese, but not in a gross and super irritating way. So last season, the demons were like emerging upon Midnight Texas, and so um, we had Manfred who sort of absorbed them all and save the day. The problem with that is doing something like that is gonna have some side effects, right? That you really can't prepare for. And unfortunately, all of Manfred's friends are too busy basically getting it on, and enjoying the peace to really notice that something is messed up. Something is not right with Manfred. I mean, he's sneaking out in the middle of the night, walking down the street, dragging a shovel in nothing but his underwear. Thanks for that. And digging graves. So yeah, something really, really creepy is going on with Manfred, but people are acting like, hey, it's a new lease on life. Um, we have Fiji and Bobo having all kinds of sex, like even floating in the air sex, even though Mr. Snuggly clearly does not approve. They really need to give that cat some more lines because when he does speak, it's like totally awesome. Anyway, Creek wants to leave Midnight, and with really good reason if you think about it. With everything that she went through with her father and her brother, and knowing that the veil is really thin there and there's supernaturals everywhere, and she's human and she's not trained the way Olivia is. She is truly the most vulnerable person in that town. Can anyone really blame her for wanting to go? I mean, I certainly would have gotten the hell out of Dodge. Anyway, she's applied for this writing program and she asked Manfred to go with her. And though he sort of hems and haws at first, at the end of the day, he realizes that his home is wherever Creek is, and he's in. But before the two of them can get out of town, some bad stuff well and truly goes down. Okay, so there's a new hotel opened called the Crystal Desert, and it's being built by Kai and Patience, and he's one of these faith healer kinds. Um, so he has this guy. He makes his appearance walking on water, and I'm like, really, dude? So like, you're Jesus now? You're walking on water? And he ends up healing a man who's paralyzed and in a wheelchair by laying hands on him. Um, it's not surprising that Olivia is certain that he's a fake. In fact, I'm certain that he's a fake or something hanky is going on with him. Also, kudos to the writers for sort of taking this storyline on, because these faith healers, although they don't get the same attention that they today as they did in the past, they're still out there bilking people of their money, and getting rich on people's faith and desperation for a change in their life. So on a serious note, I really, really did enjoy this, and it also sets you up to know right away that Kai and Patience are people that need to be watched. And when Olivia does sneak in to the hotel, she finds him talking to this weird painting. So we know now that there's a supernatural element, and maybe he is actually healing people, but it's not coming from a really good place. One of the things that excited me was to see the return of Zelda, because, she had supposedly passed on, leaving Manfred on his own, and boom, there's Zelda again, saying she had to come back when she saw all this crazy shit happening in Manfred's life. I really need this character to stay. I really do, because I think they're kind of awesome. Unfortunately, it turns out that Zelda is nothing but a hallucination and a sign of this demonic cancer that is spreading in Manfred's brain. It's so bad that when they resurrect his uncle who had it, his uncle advises him rather, to kill himself before he kills someone else. And by the time Manfred realizes that Zelda is in fact a hallucination, it's already too late for him to do something about it, and he starts on on the path to kill Creek, and then he kidnaps Olivia. Now, at the end of last season, Olivia drank Lem's blood, and the upside to drinking Lem's blood is that he's always aware of her. He's aware of her thoughts, he's aware of her feelings. This, of course, makes Lem the perfect lover, right? Am I right on this one? Anyway, because of this bond between them, Lem is able to find Manfred and stop him before he can do any real harm. There, however, is still the problem of the fact that Manfred is oozing this sort of black demon tar, out of his nose and his ears and every other hole in his damn body. And this has to be dealt with. And it's way it's sort of way outside of Fiji's experience. It's more than she can handle, and she knows it's going to take weeks to be able to help Manfred. And Manfred clearly does not have weeks. Enter the Reverend. And who does the Reverend bring? The Reverend, of course, brings Kai and Patience. Now, Kai manages to pull this demonic possession out of Manfred, and to get the last little bit of it, he draws it out with sort of like a kiss. Manfred belches and he's a-okay. He's himself again. Now, the fact that Kai was able to do this earns him some good faith with the residents of Midnight, Texas, right? Now he's part of the team. He saved their friend, which means he's going to get to operate without too much, you know, scrutiny. The downside for this is that this is the final straw for Creek. Now, not only is she leaving this town, she is leaving Manfred behind. She's done with Midnight, Texas. She's done with magic. She's done with demons. She's done with possessions. She's just done. Manfred is extremely hurt by this when he realizes he's not invited to come along, but Creek stands firm. And again, I don't blame her. It may not have been Manfred's fault, but he tried to kill her. The right decision is to get the hell out of Dodge. Really, it really is. I kind of support Creek on this one. Anyway, uh, when Kai goes back to his little hotel, he sees the painting of this, I guess, creature that he's worshiping, and he vows to avenge it. That for me is creepy and a warning of something else that's definitely coming our way. Uh, also new, also new this season we had this episode we had Walker Chisholm, who's a demon hunter, and he helps Joe take out some demons in a bar fight because you see, Bobo turned his like little Nazi bar into sort of like a neighborhood um watering zone, and it's really busy. In fact, Lem is Bobo's bouncer. Like, that's the perfect pairing, right? Uh, I suspect Walker Chisholm, who's like all in awe of Joe at this point, is also going to factor in this season in a big way. I don't know if he's going to go after Kai or if he's going to cause problems between Joe and Chewie, because let's remember that Chewie is half demon, right? I think this one we have to wait and see. I hope they don't turn it into a love triangle. That's not exactly what they were trying to show at the beginning. It was just an introduction to Chisholm, but I'm not sure yet how he's going to fit into the larger narrative this season. So I guess we'll just have to see. But for now, at the very least, the one that we know is going to be a problem is Kai. I know he's already having bad effects because toward the end of the episode, we see Bobo and Fiji kissing and all the plants around her dying. Right? So he may have saved Manfred, but now what? I'm actually kind of excited. This is fun. It's good cheese. It's good cheese. And I find that I can root for all the characters in various ways, and I like that it's kind of inclusive. Even if Joe and Chewie don't get as much attention as I think they deserve.